I hear you're a racist now.
What?
How did you get interested in that type of thing?
Who said I'm a racist?
Everyone's saying it. Should we all be racist now? What's the official line the church is taking on this?
No.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. I appreciate when people are honest with me, and I want to be honest with you. So I want to tell you what I love to see on TV. I love to see white faces with a diversity of viewpoints. That makes for great television. Just like me and my Golden Girls right here. This is what you love to see. This is what diversity looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This is it right there. Boom. Shaka-la. Me and my girls. Me and my Golden Girls. You're probably saying, you sound really stupid right now. What are you, dumb? Are you drunk? You had a little eggnog? What's going on? A little extra bourbon sippy sip on the New Year's nippy nip? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just happening to repeat what a CNN star anchor said. Just flip a few things around. Black faces, diversity of viewpoints. We love to see it, says Abby Phillips of CNN. She was tweeting this photo here. This is her and an entire panel of, quoting her, black faces. All right. So if it sounds dumb one way, if me saying the Golden Girls, white faces, diversity of viewpoints, love to see. If it sounds dumb one way, doesn't it sound dumb the other way? Right? Like, again, get canceled real fast by saying you love seeing white faces on TV. But how is it any different? I don't get it. Diversity of viewpoints. We love to see it. Again, that's racist. So, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, if you're upset that the entire white panel, then do you have a right to be upset about an entire black panel? I actually tweeted this. White faces, diversity of viewpoints. How else has she been met with these responses? I don't see any diversity. Everyone is black. Nobody else has any representation in the scene. But no diversity of opinion. How is there any diversity in this picture? Diversity of viewpoints. Doubt it. Says, quoting, I guess, black voters voting way into the 90th and 80th percentile for Democrats since the 1930s. Diversity would dictate a multiracial panel. This looks discriminatory or lacking of another opinion. Diversity of viewpoint. Then by this logic, wouldn't there be a white, Mexican, or Asian face on the panel? Representation sucks. This is what eventually happens. Is it though? Thanks, Thor. This is what eventually happens when you actually do believe racist things, right? Like when you actually do believe racist things, you're going to say that the skin color of an entire, like, this is as diverse as this, okay? Just spitting facts here. This is as diverse as this, okay? Like, do you know the definition of diversity? Do you know? Do you have a thesaurus? Abby Phillips. When a top CNN anchor says diversity of viewpoints, she means no white people. That's what people are saying. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, no diversity. There is no diversity in this picture. Diversity of viewpoints? No, there is not. Yeah. Diversity would indicate a multiracial panel, right? So where's your Chinese representation? This looks discriminatory or lacking of other opinion. Also, wouldn't diversity mean someone in a wheelchair, presumably? Where's Dylan Mulvaney on this panel? Isn't that true diversity? Diversity means no white people, since DEI has propped up segregation now to acceptable against anything other than white. Yes. So this is an entire framework that was put forward, and it's been well studied about the oppressed versus the oppressor framework. And so everyone who is seen to have or have had power, they are the oppressors. And everyone who doesn't have power, anyone who's not white, are the oppressed. And therefore deserving of high praise when you have a panel with no white people on it. This is what Abby Phillips is effectively like pushing here. It is repulsive, repugnant. Diversity equals only one race. So progressive. That's right. Less diverse than the NBA. Well done. It really is amazing also, like when you study, like for instance, television sports, how unbelievably undiverse they are. The vast preponderance of most notable sports leagues, with the exception of, I believe, the NHL, are black or brown people. I mean, like, Again, I'm for meritocracy. So if those are the best players, then great. But don't tell me that this is diversity. Black faces, diversity of viewpoints. Is diversity in the room with us right now? Am I blind? How is that diverse? Yes, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen. This is the opposite of diversity. Yes, it is. Calling it out, by the way, to their face on CNN, was Byron Donalds, who was banned from joining, you guessed it, the Black Caucus. Why? Because he didn't have the same exact opinions of the Black Caucus. As a black man in America, I'm allowed to have my own opinions. The white, screechy, scoldy CNN anchor screamed back at him, "No, you're not. Shut up. Your ideas are incongruous with their mission." Check out this banger from CNN back in the day. Byron Donalds, get based. It's your boy Benny.
You say that actually this will increase access for voters of color, for African Americans. That's just not true. There have been analyses, multiple done, including by the Houston Chronicle, looking at the bill specifically in Texas, including by the Washington Post, looking at these bills writ large. They're not going to increase access for voters of color. They're going to decrease access. Furthermore, you have defended President Trump you've said he's done enough when it comes to rebuffing ideas about white supremacy. But I do want to listen to some of his prominent comments on the subject of race to get your perspective.
Blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. Who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and Proud Boys,
stand back and stand by. When people proudly had their Confederate flags, they're not talking about racism. They love their flag. It represents the South. What do you prefer? Blacks for Trump or African Americans for Trump? George Washington was a slave owner. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now?
Do you think that your defense of a person that said things like that might be incongruent with the mission of the CBC?
First of all, whatever the president said in the past has nothing to do with this discussion at all. I think what's important
you've defended
please
him.
Don't cut me off. I have not cut you off in this interview. Please do not do that to me. Thank you. As a black man in America, I'm allowed to have my own thoughts on who I choose to support and who I choose not to support. I think that it's important, whether you're talking about the Congressional Black Caucus or the Florida State Legislative Black Caucus or the National Caucus of State Black Legislators, organizations I have been a part of in the past. My support of President Trump has been consistent, but at the same time, I've had the ability to advocate for issues, ideas, proposals, and funding that have helped the black community in my state. You're talking to somebody who my first 3 years in college was at Florida A&M and HBCU. So whether my support for President Trump, whether it's for or against, is irrelevant. That has nothing to do with this discussion. This is whether the ideology of somebody who is conservative is welcome in the Congressional Black Caucus. It's really that simple. And so to bring up President Trump and try to make this about him does not matter. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with the situation at hand.
Well, I ask you because
the CBC would let me join.